Hi guys, it's the Macintosh Guide and we're back again with another video. Now you must be wondering, what kind of odd camera angle setup is this? Well, I wanted to show you the monitor I use as my test bench underneath my desk. Now, as you can see, my desk underneath is very clean. Clearly I've got my gaming PC right here. I've got a bunch of cables over here. That's not the focal of attention. The focal of attention is this monitor. Now this is a 24-inch monitor, 1920 by 1080. It's a HP one, 24-inch, as I mentioned, and I use it for being able to test, update systems, etc, that I want to do. Now, my monitor up in my desk itself, as you probably was wondering, is why the hell is he on the floor? Don't ask me why. And this is a 34-inch Samsung monitor, 3440 by 1440p. Brilliant, works great. I love it. It's my main monitor. However, this one, it's got to a point where I can't, if I'm like, let's say, wanting to play my Switch 2 really quickly or anything like that, I ideally want to be able to plug it in down here, be able to update my machines as I mentioned, and just be able to do a few bits and bobs of testing. I get back issues, etc. So I prefer leaning against my chair sometimes and being able to do and continue doing my things. Now this monitor has no speakers, which was always a problem for me, and again the resolution. So then I decided that why don't we, because of Black Friday, get ourselves an upgrade? So we've decided, and I do excuse you the mess, an MSI 27-inch 2560 by 1440p resolution monitor, and it has a 100 Hertz. It has built-in speakers. It's also face mountable, but we'll see where we're going to move in. And it is the MSI Pro MP27 3QWE2 monitor. So let's get this unboxed and let's put it into our test area and see how it is. So as you can see, this is the box, and we're going to straight away just start unboxing it. As you can see, I am in my comfortable home clothes and I'm going to just unbox everything as we see. Now I know I needed a new monitor for sure. That one at the bottom just was not cutting it for me anymore, and we just needed a change. So well, this is very interesting. The way that they've padded this up is definitely a way to pad a machine for sure. So let's hold it down together. Okay, I guess that's not the way to do it. This is definitely not the way to unbox a monitor. It's super tight. It's super tight to a point where we couldn't even I can't even pull it from the middle because it's just going to break. Now, just to give you context, this monitor was only £89. So for it, we have finally got there, and I'm just gonna check the camera. Yep, we've finally got there, which is super annoying. So got ourselves a standing mount, which we're not going to need. We've got ourselves part of the arm, not going to need. Power cable, which we are going to need. Some clippage and some documentation we're not going to need. Part of the power lead that will go into the back of the monitor. I presume it's one of those cable ones that you have to pin in. And then we've got a HDMI cable, which we're actually not going to need at all. So we're going to keep these two cables out at the bottom. Not really happy, 89 quid. Yeah, could use better material for sure. So let's put that away. And let's lift this up again. Very flimsy. It's very flimsy. Now, here is the monitor itself. It is in white this time. And that is the monitor right there. So let's move across underneath and let's put it in, plug it in and see what it looks like. And we'll plug our switch 2 in and we'll plug in machines and stuff and we'll go from there. Now, one thing I really wanted to quickly show is the back of the monitor. So as you can see right here, we've got ourselves a HDMI 1, a HDMI 2, we've got a display port right here, we've got for audio, and we've also got the one for the power. So it's nice and compact, it looks very nice, it's a white monitor, goes well with the white that my Samsung monitor has. It's an MSI, so yeah, let's put it in and let's put it up. So what we've got is we've got the monitor plugged in. You can see the orange light that's happening on the bottom. And we've also got our Nintendo Switch 2 dock plugged in via HDMI. We've got a power cable plugged in. Now let's dock our Nintendo Switch 2. And you can see the light has turned on here. I'm going to press the button over here. I'm going to press the button on the Nintendo Switch. It's made the noise. And now the ultimate test is a white light comes on. And there you go. It has shown it. So let me move the camera a bit forward. And there you go. So obviously it's in a bit of an angle. There's noise now coming out naturally from the monitor. Let's go into system settings and just see if we can find anything about the display. There you go. Console screen HDR output. HDR output will be enabled for all software, as you can see. And it's working. It's working great. So let's try and boot up a game. Let's put up Mario. And can I adjust the volume? Oh, changing the selector function may increase the power consumption. Okay, I will have to cut the last part because of the audio. Because yeah, I cannot risk to get a strike from them, but it looks so much better. Going to Covey Grand Prix, let's just select Mario, let's just whatever basic there is. Yep, sure, 50cc, yeah, cool, let's go. I'm not great at Mario, so sure, but I'm using the Switch 1 Pro controller. Yep, cool. Oh, I was supposed to press A. Okay, cool. But it just looks so much better. And you can tell I'm terrible at this game. I've barely played in Mario's World, but do you know what? It looks so much better. Now, I think the next test we're going to be doing is going to be an interesting one. So let me now move over to our next device that we're going to be using with this machine. So now my ultimate test is will my Steam Deck connect. Now I've got my Steam Deck dock, plugged it in, I've got a power cable running, and I've got the HDMI connected to the dock, and I'm also using the Amazon Luna controller So the Luna controller is lit up. Now let's press the power button and see if the switch 2 shows up on the screen. And I'm just going to put the screen slightly a bit back, as we've done here, and boom, it's come up and it works. We see the Luna controller working absolutely fine. We can see the Steam Deck screen showing up on the monitor as it should be. Let's try playing something. Well, clearly I'm playing this as a Nintendo Switch. There's an update for Red Dead Redemption 2. Of course there is. If you guys don't know, there's a Red Dead Redemption 2 update for the Nintendo Switch, and we're going to be testing everything out. Do not worry, we will be testing things out. And let's try playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and see how it looks. Now I'm going to turn the volume on slightly because we deserve to hear a bit of volume. It's talking about the different controllers. You can now use a Nintendo Switch 2 controller as well, which is great. So I'm sorry, I'm just used to holding B for action buttons, but yep, A, starting launch. Let's see how it looks. And you know, so far everything has been so great. I'm just going to shove the Steam Deck so it's in view. It's updating the Rockstar launcher as it always probably will. And it's great, guys. It's really, really fantastic to see something like this working. Now what I would want to test is, would my iPad work on this? But I don't have the peripherals, so I don't have the USB-C to HDMI type of converter or anything like that, so I won't be able to do that. I hope Rockstar Games doesn't ask me to sign in. Please don't ask me to sign in. Again, please don't ask me to sign in. It's thinking about it. We'll fast forward this part for the actual video. Okay, cool. So let's just, come on. Yeah, a friend request, brilliant. So that's interesting. It thinks that the audio is coming from the Luna controller, but we need to change that. We need to change the audio coming out from the monitor. So I'll figure that out in a second. So it doesn't know it yet, but let's just see other settings. Look at the graphic settings. So the resolution is 1280 by 720. So it's showing the Steam Deck resolution. So of course it's not going to be ready for it to. Nope, I'm not changing the settings. We're leaving the settings how it is. And let's just go straight into the game. Let's play a game. Normal. Bear in mind, I haven't played this game at all. You'll probably realize I'm still at the beginning of the game. Exodus in America. And let's just see how Red Dead Redemption 1 plays. Now, I haven't got Red Dead Redemption 2 downloaded. As you can tell, the first time we play this game, it has this stuttering issue, and then it sorts itself out. So, you can see John Marston looks like an amazing character. Boom. It runs brilliant. It's Red Dead Redemption 1 at its finest, and Red Dead Redemption 2 runs great as well. I just need to be able to install it again onto my Steam Deck. Once I do, then things will be on the go. But yeah, guys, look, this is the Steam Deck working externally on this machine, on this monitor, and it looks crispy clean. What do you want, buddy? You want to die? No, you don't. So guys, this is the MSI monitor, and I'm going to just quickly try and check if the audio, how we can fix that. and see if I can make it work with my Steam Deck, because clearly audio is not coming through. So interesting enough, it was quite simple. I just had to press the power button on the Luna controller, which is why I love it. I had to just go into audio and set it to external device. As you can see, the default is auto, Amazon Luna, external and speakers. I put it to external, and the audio seems to be working brilliant. So yeah guys, it is all functioning as we expected to. So yeah, MSI monitor. It definitely is the one, in my opinion, to pick up. It was quite cheap. I think the prices now might have gone up, but I picked this up for about 80 quid, 90 quid, and it was worth it with the 100 hertz as well. So yeah, this is a bargain to pick up if you want a monitor. And guys, I will catch you in the next one.